Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. This is Yakanan, and this article you can read right here. Trans member daycare worker gets no prison time after abusing baby during diaper change. And you can see the picture of this demon right here. This absolute demon trying to look like a woman, looking like who was that nigga off of Psycho? You know, at the end of Psycho, how he completely thought he was his mom and shit. He's like, I wouldn't hurt a fly. This nigga is trying to look like that. I wouldn't hurt a fly. But this nigga is a complete demon. Look at him, a fucking demon. I'm gonna go ahead and read this article because this is off the Savoy Show Instagram. It says a trans-identified male in Kentucky has reached a plea deal after being charged with sexually abusing a baby. And a plea deal for abusing a baby? There shouldn't be any kind of deal. That should be instant death. You've ruined this child's life, the infant's life. You've permanently damaged them. Like, this thing is gonna be, even though they're not even gonna remember it because they're an infant, but it's gonna be that trauma, all that stuff is gonna be with them forever, and it's fucking with the parents for sure. I'm sure the parents are really disappointed about the justice system, which the justice system is not. This is not a justice system here. There is no justice here in Babylon the Great. If you want to do wickedness, you can get away with doing that here, but not for much longer, because the Lord Yahushai is coming back. He's coming back to put an end to all this wickedness. But continuing on, let me see. It has reached a plea deal after being charged with abusing a baby and will avoid prison so long as he meets certain conditions. Maria Childers, a former daycare worker, hired a prominent trans activist lawyer to represent him in the sickening case. So judging by how this country is going and how this thing is, like, you have a prominent T lawyer that specializes in this kind of thing. He probably has all kinds of help all kinds of pedos and all kinds of weirdos get off of cases and stuff like that when they're guilty. Like, this guy might turn around and sue the daycare and put the daycare out of business. You know, it's something like that. Just to think of the wickedness of these people. As previously reported on Redux, Childers was arrested in February of 2023 after the Department of Community-Based Services received an anonymous tip detailing an alleged incident of abuse that occurred in November of 2022 at Explore Learning Academy. The tip, reportedly written by one of Childers' co-workers, accused him of making inappropriate comments towards the infant while changing the child's diapers and touching the baby inappropriately. Redux has now obtained court records detailing the full complaint against Childers. I said Childers. I don't know how to pronounce this, guys. I don't give a fuck. Which showed that he was accused of both physical and sexual abuse while employed at the daycare. Following the receipt of an initial anonymous complaint, a DCBS caseworker and a police officer from Kadaka Police Department, I don't know how to pronounce that either, went to the daycare on February 8th, 2023 to interview the witnesses. After speaking to a number of staff, they were able to corroborate the anonymous report. According to witness testimony, a coworker had asked Childers for assistance in changing an infant's diaper. While Childers was cleaning the baby's genitals, the coworker noticed the infant appeared to be in distress and asked Childers if he was hurting the baby. She then witnessed Childers rub the infant's genitals in a circular motion while saying that was her area and she likes it. It just made her day. What a fucking pervert. It's fucking disgusting. While Childers was reported to management at the academy, he was only given a write-up. Police later learned that Childers had also been accused by other co-workers, leaving the children in high chairs for hours without care. And so this I'm gonna leave off from this article because this is a guy from how do you call that? This is the guy pretty much where all this where you have this modern day sex sex ideas where all this weirdoism came from, pretty much. Is this guy Alfred Kinsey? Alfred Kinsey, he's pretty much the guy that did all the research for sex and all this, and what we have, what has gone into modern times today, like the complete abominations and all the fucking disgusting shit that we have today. This is Alfred Charles Kinsey, was an American sexologist, biologist, and professor of entomology and zoology, who in 1947 founded the Institute for Sex Research at Indiana University. So, I don't know, this guy probably thinks he's like the Oppenheimer of sex research or something. Known as the Kinsey Institute for Research in Sex, Gender, and Reproduction. He is known for writing the sexual behavior in human male and sexual behavior in human female, known as the Kinsey Reports, as well as the Kinsey Scale, Kinsey's research on human sexuality, foundational to the field of sexology, provoked controversy in the 1940s and 50s and has continued to provoke controversy decades after his death. And so here, I know he did some research. Let me see here. Because this guy was a complete pervert too, but he was given, like, I don't know, because he's a professor or the connections that he had, he was given this seat and able to do this research. Let me see here. Because this nigga was a pervert. Oh, he came. His research helped pave the way for deeper exploration into sexuality among sexologists and the general public, as well as liberating female sexuality. So he's part of the reason why these women are all OnlyFans, Instagram thoughts, all this stuff, all this, sexual liberation. He's part of this. Let me see here. I'm just looking. I'm going to pause this for a second until I find it. Here's one thing. He returned. Let me see here. Highlight that. Kinsey obtained research funding from the Rockefeller Foundation, and we know who they are. So, hey, that's one thing. Who's been funding this? How does he get his money to do this wickedness? Hey, through the Rockefellers, through the they pretty much the descendants of the Rothschilds, the Red Shield, the Red Child. Kinsey's research went beyond theory and interview to include observation of and participation in sexual activity, sometimes involving co-workers. Kinsey justified this sexual experimentation as being necessary to gain the confidence of his research subjects. He encouraged his staff to do likewise and to engage in a wide range of sexual activity to the extent that they felt comfortable. He argued that his that this would help his interviewers understand the participants' responses. Kinsey filmed sexual acts, which included co-workers in the attic of his home as part of his research. The biographer explains that this was done to ensure the film's secrecy, which would have caused a scandal if it had become public knowledge. Now it's like, who cares now? But this is a fucking heinous demon, you know. This is a fucking. Anyway, let me pause that again. Here we go. This is right here. Kinsey wrote about pre-adolescent orgasms using data in tables 30 to 34 of the male volume, which report observations of orgasms in over 300 children aged from 2 months up to 15 years. This information was said to have come from adults' childhood memories or from parents or teacher observation. Kinsey also said he interviewed 9 men who had experiences with children and who told him about the children's responses and reactions. Little attention was paid to this part of Kinsey's research at the time, but where Kinsey had gained this information began to be questioned nearly 40 years later. It was later revealed that Kinsey used data from a single pedo and presented it as being various sources. It's probably himself. And Kinsey had seen the need for participant confidentiality and anonymity, anyway, as necessary to gain honest answers on such taboo subjects. Years later, the Institute said that the data on children in tables 31-34 came from one man's journal started in 1917, and that the events concerned predated the Kinsey reports. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So this is speaking of Esau, Edom, and it's this scripture here normally is used to say that hey, the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and everything that he touches, it gets corrupted. So the earth is given into his hands, the power, everything. He covered up the images, but the point of this is that the earth is in wicked rulership right now. Wicked rulership. This is Job 30:1. But now, they that are younger than I have me in derision. Hey, we're in derision here in Babylon the Great. We can't, like, these people look down on us. These Edomites, these wicked Edomites that do this stuff, that think these perverse things, that would do something like this to a child, that would, it's a lot for the noise in the background, but whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Why? Why would you not want to set this man near your dogs or anything like that? Because this man is perverse. He's going to try to, he's going to think that dog is looking at him some kind of way, making eyes at him, trying to, trying to make a move on him, thinking the dog is interested in him. This man is completely wicked, completely corrupted. Like, there is no fixing this man. Disgusting. This is Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. And that border of wickedness, wherever you go or wherever you see them, that's where wickedness is. Like the country, a country that's expanding its borders and whatnot, that's Esau, Edom. Constantly Wherever he is, that's where wickedness is. The border of it. I know there's some movies that give that example, like where they have like a curse that goes out, and then as it's, I don't know how to explain it. Like basically, like everything that thing starts touching. I kind of think of them White Walkers off of Game of Thrones. I ain't really seen too much of it, but I know the idea behind it. Like everywhere they go, everything starts dying, stuff like that. Basically, Esau Edom. Everywhere he goes, he can't maintain the land, so he has to use chemicals and all this stuff. He can't maintain himself, so he's fucking out of his fucking time. Like ultimately, if he stays in rulership, like the whole earth is gonna be destroyed. But continuing on, we'll start back. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. Yahweh does not change. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai does not change. He says he hates these people. He hates them forever. He always hated them. He created them to be wicked. This is what they're doing. There is no rehabilitating this. Like the Most High created him to be wicked. So whatever wickedness comes to his mind, that's what the Most High made him to do. It's like the Most High made different kinds of trees. He made a pecan tree or whatnot. Hey, that tree can't just suddenly decide it wants to grow oranges. This man is the wicked. It don't matter how much you try to rehabilitate him or anything like that, he's always going to be wicked. And continuing on, this is Proverbs 15:9. The way of the wicked is an abomination unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. But he that loveth him followeth after righteousness. Hey, so you're not going to do the things that this man Esau Edom does. You're really going to stay away from it. You're going to want to steer clear from this man. You're going to want to get as far away from him as possible. Even though we're here in Babylon the Great, we always got to be around Edomites. But mentally and physically, if you can, hey, get far away from these people. This is Sirach 10:4, and I'm just going to get to the point. The power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Hey, so, hey, it's in everything, the course of this world, everything that you see around you. Hey, Yahweh controls all these things. He's in control. He set the paths. And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable. And the earth right now is not profitable. It's not yielding any fruit. The earth right now is in famine. Wars are getting ready to pop off. Wars are popping off. There's earthquakes, all kinds of destruction happening. All rampant wickedness going on. All this. And in due time, shortly, in due time, there's going to be one set over it that is profitable. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Shalom.